this one right here is no exception to this rule. Sometimes I think that the stainless steel kind of leaks through. It doesn't make it seem that much bigger. See? It just kind of swallows it up. It's a kind of wacky type of design. They care about the way their things look. This looks horrible to me. It just does. There's no FOMO here. And if I can help save you there, I think I've done my job. I wouldn't say this is so much of a regret, but more so like something I don't use. And this is still going on the same series or idea of like things I don't recommend for various reasons. And this one right here is no exception to this rule. This is the Fellow Stag XL. They do have a version that is half the size of this, but this is a device that I don't use much. It comes with a cup, drip cup right here, and I want to just explain a couple things with you. Why I don't use it, why I don't recommend it, other things that I think that are better that you can use instead. So let's talk about the good stuff. But yeah, this also came with it too. This is Carafe. They have a bundle that you can get. And the bundle for this and this, they're $100, okay? Which you'll think that's pretty expensive, right? Fellow makes really nice products. Some of the products that I do like is the kettle. The grinder is really nice. And I probably have another thing or two from Fellow. I'm a fanboy, a secret fanboy, true and true. But we're gonna have to talk about the stuff that we don't like and why we don't like it. So it's really well made, as you can see right here. This actually fits perfectly up top, as you can see that I'm demonstrating on the camera, and it works out pretty well. The construction is really impeccable. You can see the quality of the coating, and this is a stainless steel type of device. Okay, we'll talk about that as being one of the drawbacks. Actually, it has plenty of holes, very small holes. I like that part. I don't know why you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 small holes. But whatever. That's just the way that they designed this device to work. No matter what you do, for the most part, with a brewer, it's gonna work well, okay? So, nicely built. I understand this, but I don't really use this in execution. Not as much. And that's the device. That's what you get out the box. You do get a couple of filters. So let's talk about the things that I don't like about it. By itself, it's $70. Okay? $70 for a stainless steel coffee brewer. Okay? That's a lot of money for what it does. Heat retention, yes, it does have that. It does have great heat retention. That's what you want. I haven't really have a big problem whatsoever whenever I actually brew a cup of coffee from plastic brewers with heat retention. Do I taste a difference from time to time? Sure. But is it that big of a difference to where that's what I need and want every time? No. So sometimes I think that the stainless steel kind of leaks through. Kind of reminds me of like when you have a what do they call those? They call it something, but it's like a cup that's stainless steel. To me, sometimes it kind of leaks through. I know it's kind of weird saying that, but I think it kind of feels like it leaks through to an extent. Okay. The stainless steel type of taste, metallic taste that you get from, you know, carafes or cups that you have to go and you take with you in a car or something like that, okay? So that's one of the drawbacks to me. The other drawback, like I said, you don't really use this. Again, in hindsight, it makes a great idea. You put your brewer up top, and then you put it here. You let the rest of it cool down, right? So let's bring out another drawback. Here's the filters. The filters are massive. I got these not too recent ago. I think I may try to use some of these filters before I actually put this device up. And look how large these filters are. It's massive, right? Let's compare it to a regular size cone filter that you get from like a Kalita Wave or April Brewer, okay? Half the size, right? And you'll be thinking, okay, well, dummy, you got the XL. So you wanted a lot of coffee, right? Yeah, but when you put it in a device, it doesn't make it seem that much bigger. See? It just kind of swallows it up. It's a kind of wacky type of design. Very concentrated. Kind of reminds me of the Dro dripper, how more tight it is. Which I actually like in that dripper, but this one is kind of like a waste to me. You're probably putting in about the exact same amount if you want to go maximum with this particular filter on my left, your right. Right? So I don't really get it, right? So before we conclude, we're going to go ahead and make a cup. We're not going to really measure much. And then we're going to see how everything works out for us, okay? So, demonstration. Get some coffee. Put it in the bed. Put it in the bed. That's good enough. We'll just see how it tastes. Okay, see how tightly compacted that is. If that's your jam, that's your jam. Put it up top. I don't know if this is a fast brewer or whatnot. I don't think it matters as much, but it makes a cup of coffee, as you would expect from a coffee brewer, right? Okay. So, what do I recommend if it's not this brewer? Because again, this is $70. This is quite expensive, right? For a coffee brewer. And you're still using a paper filter. It's still very compact. You could put a decent amount of coffee in there. It's kind of wonky with the design when you actually put the coffee in there. Massive filters. These filters are kind of expensive. I think you get like 40 filters for like $11, $12, something like that. You know, if you from the Orea will be 60 people, you know, the way that you like to get your filters, you're essentially paying double for what you get. Okay, there we go. We're done. Look at that. And then you just put it here, and then you wash this off later. There's your cup of coffee. We'll taste that. Put this top like this. I don't like the spout. It looks like a pelican or like a penguin type of spout. It works. It does a good job. I wish the spout represented more like what the kettle kind of does with the gooseneck. But it does work, but I just don't like the way it looks. And I can say that because Fellow is about function and form. So they care about the way their things look. This looks horrible to me. It just does. Did you see I didn't measure anything? Which is perfectly fine. We're just trying to taste the coffee. See what it tastes like. See if you get something different compared to other coffee brewers, right? Tastes really good. It could be the coffee. Could be the grinder. Who knows? It could actually be the coffee maker. So, if I don't recommend it, what do I recommend then? Orea B60, this is $10. The OXO brewer, this is $17, $18. You do get like a drip assist that they've made with it. It has a one pour thing. that I believe this is one of the best designs I've seen. You can manipulate, control flow a lot better with this one. I'm sure you're wondering why I brought these two right here, and these are like cone-shaped type of filters, brewers. If you haven't done it already, just do it. It fits. It fits the Orea B60. $10. There you go. Here's your brewer. Okay. If you want to not deal with plastic, you can get a glass, not a glass, but a ceramic brewer for like $20. If that's what you want. Okay. Fits the same. Here's the the OXO brewer. Fits perfectly fine. Okay. Talk like I don't have the ceramic brewer. But here it is. See? Same thing. Fits perfectly fine. If you want to spend a little bit more money, and it works fine. Sometimes when we buy things, we get really excited about the device, what it can do for us. We're thinking about the coffee quite a bit. We're thinking about how we can actually enjoy and love the coffee and all that good stuff, right? But it gets to the point to where you really get comfortable. You really start to relax. You really start to get back into your normal, usual routine. And then your old habits come back, which is perfectly fine. And that's what happened with me with this brewer, you know? I used it for a while. I used it when the filters ran out. Until the filters ran out, I enjoyed it. It works fine. There's no problems with the device. It's just expensive for what it can do. And there's better, cheaper alternatives out there that are more versatile, actually. You can't put a cone-shaped filter like you can in the Orea B60. You just have that one crazy funky paper that you can put in. I don't know if you can see that, but that bed looks horrible. It doesn't look even. There's paper, there's coffee grounds inside and between the ridges. So that's one of my hatred of the flat bed brewers. But they do make good coffee at the end of the day. That's all that matters, right? And if you can replicate that with something that's a third of the price or a tenth of the price, why wouldn't you? It works really well. All these other things work a lot better. So this is very expensive for what you get. And if you already have a Orea B60 and you're just wondering if you can get that cone-shaped type of taste, you can. Here's the brewer. Here's the filter. Here's the brewer. It works, okay? If you haven't tried this trick, try it. It works really well. And I think that you're going to be in a better place when you actually go about drinking your cup of coffee, understanding your cup of coffee. And I think the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway is that you won't be really missing anything. You really won't. There's no FOMO here. And if I can help save you there, I think I've done my job. You know, even if you got the smaller one, okay, it's like $10 cheaper. And it probably holds just a little bit less coffee, especially compared to these other brewers that I've showed and demonstrated for you with the flatbed filters, okay? So, this is Oki at Everyday Beans signing off. Let me know what you think. Like I said, this coffee's spectacular. It tastes really good. Didn't even measure anything out. Probably put a little bit more water because it's a little too strong for me right now. I'm going to finish it up. So, this is Oki at Everyday Beans signing off. I'll talk to you later. Bye.